Alright, good luck with that. I think Jojo and I can stay here and
Yep.
have a little bit more of a look at these picks. So we had a Disconnect who is coming back in with Leo Pikes. But other than that, we more or less are completely picked, except maybe for Spanets, who hasn't locked in.
No, not yet.
Could he possibly go with these elephants, you think? Oh, and he did. He actually locked in.
There we go.
Spanets picked elephants, so yeah, he likes to throw the enemy team off with that pick. It's a very good
Like
last pick.
actually, he just locked in, so he sounds like he is going with that pick.
He is. Apparently someone's bugged. Liar's not joined back in yet, and he's their pikeman. Right, so let's analyze these picks here. We've got 5 slingers in total, 1 javelins, and they do have 1 pike. On Retriarius Gladiators, Lesbos archers have got only 2 slingers, but they have the barbarian archers with again 1 javelin, but they have the elephants. I guess it really depends on how well those pikes are able to get the elephants and how much they can actually disrupt. Oh, looks like we're ready to go.
Okay, let's get back into it.
Yep.
Hopefully what I did will resolve the issues that the other team has. I'm sorry for that, but the show must go on.
Sasha, I'll follow you to the hiding spot.
Alright. Let me actually open that. I do check it out and then I completely forget. Unfortunately, because we're using Discord, to have your sound come through, I can't be on push to talk, which means that I need to remember to mute myself when I want to type for the benefit of chat. Just need to keep that in mind. Do you remember the hiding spot, Jojo, for Rubicon?
It's up in the forest.
Yeah, it's on top in the forest. There's a beautiful clip of me actually being very unsuccessful trying to move there. Talking about which, we are also doing a clip contest. If you're watching or catch the VOD on this stream, on any other stream casting the tournament, and make a clip. I will be looking for your clips proactively myself, but you can also PM me your clips. We'll actually maybe during a little bit of downtime be looking at clips today as well. Trying to find some good ones. Whoever brings the best clip will win 1,000 gold. I'm actually buying clips. I'm buying clips. Like instead of making.
What jump?
Actually.
No, you're buying only 1 clip. The rest you're getting for free.
Okay, let's call it multi-level marketing.
Okay, Lesbos archers are setting up. I think they're going to do a similar pincer maneuver that Iber and Slingers were doing last time. So elephants on the right flank, alongside with cavalry, and then the infantry on the center and on the left.
Yep. People are trying to vote, but having some trouble as it seems like the word Lesbos and Lesbos archers is triggering Twitch chat. Sorry about that. Let me fix the auto moderator.
Oh yeah, that as well. Yesterday I wanted Lesbos archers and I couldn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we have
seems like
first blood going on with from Asa Warrior onto Magic Spears. That's a good chunk of like 20% damage.
Seems like we have a similar strat to what's been pulled off with Elephant God before, where the elephants are coming in from a side flank.
It's true.
On the left flank, on the cliff side, we already have a huge engagement between Ahsoka's archers and Shlom's Barkmine Slingers. Ahsoka got the upper hand thanks to his superior vision and holding that watchtower.
And KC coming in with his javelins could put Israfel in difficulty.
Spanets already crossed the river, setting up his elephants on the right side, waiting for his team to collapse to launch a coordinated attack.
And Lesbos archers are pushing in from Gladiators' right flank with javelins and archers. That's a scary push. They better be ready for that.
Yeah, Lesbos archers have a huge man advantage on that flank, so they should push that and wait on the other side. But I see Spanat is already coming in. And he sees javelins and he's done. They're wise to wait and push their advantage on the other side of the map.
Doing what any reasonable Elephant player should do. Either that or just charge them. In fact.
Retriarius Gladiators in a bit of a tough spot because they're being pressured on the right flank, whereas mid they're just holding. They really should take the advantage and push into mid and put some pressure on maybe the base while the right flank is holding decaps. Because they do have the range advantage of the Stingers versus the Javelins. But we'll see what happens.
We have a pike duel going on near the river. Wait, Pirate is looking to get involved in that. This is Tony TV, meanwhile is getting some nice shots into Osaka.
Milan, on the left flank, Parthenon, going head to head against number 2. He actually has one wild unit.
We've got a cavalry duel going on, but that's far away. Roberto is coming in with his third unit as well. And I see even Sivori going there with his Germanicus. That won't be very quickly there. But from what I can see, Lesbos archers are now looking to collapse onto Retriarius Gladiators. They just caught up Magic, Big Pirate and Osaka.
Sigvar's in a bad position now. He's overextended with one of his units. Looks like he's going to lose it to the Javelins. Elephant's trying to find a move to squeeze in, hit those jabs.
Retriarius Gladiators now try to reform in the middle, trying to get their lines together. Sivori got caught in a pike fight.
The enemy base will soon
No,
be
he lost a
ours.
lot of HP, probably to Javelins. And now Stony is being pressured a lot by Tiberius, which allows the Lesser Warrior to shoot into him and secure that range advantage. And you can see Lesbos Archers team slowly but surely completely surrounding Retriarius Gladiators, closing them in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, the Slingers take a big hit from Strikey's Javelins right here. Being surrounded by Slingers, Archers and Javelins on all sides. Nowhere to run.
Yeah, they have multiple angles of attack. Liar got caught out without pike phalanx. Oh no, he did. He
And
managed last
Schwarz
second.
is coming for the kill, just going straight for the Javelins.
Yep, trapping the Javelins between Javelins and Elephants. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
Yeah, those Javelins cannot shoot once Elephants are engaged with them, and there are Osaka's Archers and Alasa Warrior Slingers already shooting them.
Dodutin did manage to extract a bit, and Leher is going in there with his... Actually,
Roberto
no,
is
he
lining
has
up a
to
charge.
run
We're
away.
gonna get a
Submission.
cavalry charge in from Nuberto into the Javelins. Yes, they do.
Oh,
They
nice.
take out.
Those
Very
Javelins
nice.
are down pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, they're sacrificing that unit that was caught by Liar Spikes, completely ignoring that, just going for that main target, which are now Javelins. And now they're gone.
Yep. And it's already being called a GG. That push on the right flank was actually some really smart play.
Yeah, that's
By
a
the
really good
Lesbos
coordination
team.
from Lesbos Archers. Knowing what their targets are, just knowing what they can ignore, knowing what they have to get rid of, and executing that strategy almost perfectly.
Yep.
And that's just a matter of mopping up few remaining units. A pike duel between Liar and Tiberius. Magic is already eager to go to the game.
And in fact, some of them have already left.
Yep. That's GG. That's one for Lesbos Archers. Using all sides, all flanks to maximize the potential. Well played to them.
Yeah, I just realized that I will need to prepare more overlays
Ancestors, we honor you with this
account
victory.
for whatever scores can happen.
We have captured the enemy base.
It's probably quite alright. You can take your time to do that. In the meantime, Jojo, what do you think? What do you think Gladiators could have done here?
The moment they saw really, it was those javelins the issues. Osaka's archers on that side wasn't really the real threat. The real threat was the javelins. So the moment that they saw the javelins on that side and not in mid, they should have pushed hard in mid and put pressure to either call the Lesbos Archers team to push forward or be called back and that way they could have set up some kind of flank. That's the only way they could have gotten out of that situation, because the longer they stood there, the longer they put their right flank at threat to losing, a third, half of a unit with one volley of javelins, and that's what they happened. They were already, I think, 50 to 100 balance of power down by the time Osaka and the javelins moved in towards the base, and they were starting to get pincered. So they had to react quicker to what they had seen at that particular time, and that would have been to push straight in mid and go for the base, because they could have then set up some kind of defense with the pikes, use the slingers. It could have worked out differently. That's what I think they should have done, really.
I see.
What about you?
Honestly, every time I watch Lesbos actually playing, I have the same, horrifying realization as every time I see spams on the enemy team, which is that it's actually pretty disarming how well everything is always executed. Every move is very carefully thought out. If anything, I felt like there was maybe one moment at which the javelins might have had a shot at taking on Spaniards maybe a little bit more aggressively, and
Yeah.
that could have been played to their advantage. It's possibly the only time in which maybe Gladiators playing just a tiny bit more aggressively could have earned them something, but honestly, that's really the only thing that comes to mind.
That is, I mean, the javelins chasing down the elephants, something, because basically they were being pressured by that other flank, and they had to react, but they chose to hold their ground, which is, it's like a child poking a stick at you. At one point you got to say, "Hey, stop!" and react. But they didn't. They just held their ground, which is, I don't know, maybe a bit of indecisiveness on the side of the captain's side, or maybe they weren't exactly. Maybe they had a plan to draw them in somehow, and that didn't work. But we didn't kind of see that reaction from that push as much as that we would have liked, really.
I see. Let me check. Apparently, Jojo, you're still not loud enough. Let me raise you up just a
loud
tiny
enough.
bit more.
Okay.
Let me raise you. I think it's on the. It's something that I can do on the side.
All right. Thanks. I can boost it, but then it'll boost it for everyone. So